Day after tomorrow, I have program for IG College of Management.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will start, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I am giving live session. 1 minute, sir. I will start within 1 minute, sir.
Okay, fine.
CSK sir, whether principal is going to join or already he's in?
No, ma'am. Principal sir will join later. Sir told.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so madam, can we start, ma'am? It's
Yeah,
still the
sure.
98.
Yeah, sure.
Two vacancy for one per principals. Okay.
Yeah,
We can stop to 99. Okay, 98.
Sir. Okay.
Sir, can we start the session, sir?
Yeah,
ready?
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, PPT visible, ma'am? So, ma'am.
Just a sir, it's starts. Yeah, now
Yes.
it's visible.
Visible. Yes, sir. Good evening, all of you present here. Everything is theoretically impossible until it is done. Now, I would like to welcome Professor M.L. Sai Kumar sir, Professor, Institute of Public Enterprises, OU Campus, Hyderabad. On behalf of Sheshadripuram Education Trust and Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies, heartily welcome you, sir, for the second day of 2 days student development program on topic employability enhancement. A warm welcome to you, sir, for second day session. I also would like to welcome all the participants for today's session. Welcome you all. And I also welcome Soumya DN, Placement Coordinator. The best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. Now, I request our today's resource person, Professor M.L. Sai Kumar sir, Professor, Institute of Public Enterprises, OU Campus, Hyderabad, to take over the session, sir. Sir, the session is over to you, sir.
Thank you. A very good evening. Yes. Warm welcome to the second day session of the National Student Development Program on Employability Enhancement. The session for today is how to crack interviews. We're all complete our graduation from the respective colleges, and then when we go to the corporate world, one of the phases is interview process. My dear young friends, life is an experiment. Life is an experiment. Please note this. And life is pure of an experiment, but the problem is we are not experimenting things. That's what. The second, life is beautiful. Make it wonderful and purposeful. The purpose for which you come here to college to study, please focus on it and develop full knowledge of the subjects, whatever you're studying it. You will surprise. You are going to be powerful if you can focus on these two lines. I repeat again the first two lines. Life is pure of an experiment, but the problem is we don't experiment it. Life is beautiful, make it wonderful and purposeful. You will surprise, you're going to be powerful if you can take care of it. If you're not powerful, only fool remains within you. Life is full of risk. Willing to take a risk is very, very important. Interviews. First and foremost, you need to understand the purpose of interviews. The purpose is you should be able to convince the prospective employer to hire you. You must be able to showcase your talent, showcase your knowledge, showcase your expertise, experience, the project, what you've done is, that's what the purpose of interview is. Displaying confidence in your ability to perform competently. It's very, very important. You should be able to showcase your confidence. Confidence is important, and showcase it, they perform competently, you need to focus. Demonstrate interest in the employer's needs and interests. You must show interest towards the employer, the company to which you applied and you're going for interview, and show interest towards that. Otherwise, they'll not show interest. And demonstrate your energy. I'm not talking about physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy. That's what I'm talking about it. Demonstrating behaviors that are congruent to, consistent with your advanced publicity. What you have done is, you have sent your resume already, and whatever you showcase in the resume, that behavior should be visible here in the interview when you walk into it. So the important words is convincing skills. You need to have it. You need to have confidence. You need to have interest in the company to which you applied. You must be able to show your energy, and finally the behavior. These words are key words when you meet the interviewer in the interview room. What is that employability skills we're talking about? It is about having effective mix of skills, attributes, and attitudes. In order to be employed for function successfully in required roles, employment is not measure the employability. Please understand this. Employee is not measurable, but employability is measurable. There are two different words, employment and employability. We are looking the employability. That's where measurement is happening it. Recruiter, he expects certain things from you when you walk into the interview. Can the person do this job? That's the first question we have in our mind, at the back of our mind. We are trying to see whether this person, does he have the capability to perform the task which is going to be given to him. We are checking your abilities. That's what we do. The second, will this person make a good decisions? Do you have, because you have to make certain decisions as the job goes on, and do you have the judgment capability? We are trying to look at it. The third is, does this person know what she is getting into it? Your commitment levels, we are trying to assess it. And the next is, would I want to work with this person? That means, is he really going to fit into my organization culture, my organization environment, my organization process is what? So again, the key words is, first is we look at ability, second is judgment, third is commitment, and fourth is, does it fit into my organization? These are the things which we have at the back of our mind when we are interviewing. We are looking at these things. The object of interview is for to answer these any other related questions with confidence. Is very, very important. You need to focus on it. Recruit is all about data points, and we'll try to get as many pieces of information as possible from you within that 5 to 15 minutes time. Normally interviews doesn't last more than 15 minutes. Unless you're going for a higher level interviews, yes, there it may go for half an hour when you're going for a general manager kind of interview. Otherwise, generally 5 to 15 minutes is the maximum. We try to look at it. Your job is to show interest and enthusiasm. Underline these two words, interest and enthusiasm, in telling your story. Remember to work out your story into all of your answers. The story means how you showcase your talent, how you showcase your capabilities, how you showcase your knowledge. That's what I mean. Try to be as concise and to the point, your answers. You remember yesterday I was telling you, your answers should be short, sweet, and crispy. Don't unnecessarily elaborate it. The moment you start elaborating, you'll get caught, I'm telling you. So try to be as concise and to the point with your answers as you can be without leaving anything important left over. Now, first and foremost, let me give you certain cautions. When you get the call letter, first note down when is the date, what is the time, and where is supposed you have to go for interview. And let's say you've been called at 10 o'clock to some location in Bangalore. From your residence to that location, you should know how much time it takes, especially during the peak hours. We all know the traffic jams. Even Bangalore is no exception. There are traffic jams. You should be able to plan in advance and try to reach minimum 30 minutes advance, least is 15 minutes advance, you should be there. If you go late, they may say, sorry, we can't allow you now. You lost the opportunity. It's very, very important, if possible, 30 minutes or at least 15 minutes before you must reach. When you reach there, normally at the reception, they usually put a register. You have to inform the receptionist and she will ask you to sign in the register, date and time, everything. And since you've gone 15 minutes advance, go to the washroom, check your hairstyle and dress and everything, and come back and relax. Maybe you can have interaction with the other members who also came for interviews. You can have formal and informal interactions. You can have it because some of them may be your friends. You can have interactions. This is the first thing. It's very, very important. Note down very clearly what is the date and time of the interview and venue of the interview. Okay, this part. Now, the second part, I say, suppose sometimes interviews will be elsewhere outside. Let's say you are in Bangalore and they ask you to come to Chennai for interview, or they may ask you to come to Hyderabad for interviews. You may be coming to that location or Chennai or Hyderabad for the first time. I strongly recommend you go 1 day in advance because it's a new place. You don't know anything about it. And that 1 day in advance, you can go there and see where that location of the company is where you're supposed to attend the interview. And if possible, please stay in the hotel which is nearer to that location, so that you will not waste your time in traveling from hotel to that interview location. That's very, very important. Don't ever plan to reach that day morning. Train may be late, flight may be late, buses may be late, anything can happen and you may lose the opportunity. So it's always advisable, go one day before its outstation interviews. These points you need to note very clearly. Coming to the type of interviews, usually there are three types of interviews you will have. One is what we call as behavioral interviews. How you behave is what we observe it. Second is easier interviews, just generally we ask about you. And third is sometimes we may go for stress interview to see whether you are going to withstand the stress or not. You need to look at it. Let's see what the behavioral interviews is. When you walk in for the interview, you are supposed to knock the door gently, not loudly. And then ask for permission to enter the room. You can't just walk into the room. Please note this. And once you have given permission, you can walk into the room. It's very, very important. Please note, you're supposed to greet all the panel members, or maybe 3 people, 4 people, sometimes even 8 people sit there in the interview. You must greet those people. It's very, very good morning or good evening, good afternoon, whatever the time at which you went inside. You need to greet the people. It's very, very important. And second, you can't go and just drag the chair and sit in. You need to take the permission to sit in that chair. Generally, they offer you, take the seat. And don't drag the chair. Lift the chair and sit there comfortably. When you're sitting, your back should be straight. Please note this. And the certificates, what you're getting, maybe a briefcase or a file, whatever, please do not put the file on the table. The table is not meant for you. The table is meant for the people who are conducting interview for you. Maybe you can keep on your lap, maybe keep your next to the chair is what you can wait. Let me caution you, especially the new recruits, the fresh graduates. By the time you walked in, greeted, sat in that, 50% judgment is over about you because we already have a resume. We have seen your behavioral issues. Look at it, 50%. If you spoil that 50%, whatever rest you do it, we start with a negative mindset. This is what happens, telling you very, very clear. So recruiter determines the profile of desired behavior. What's the kind of behavior you look at it? And ask open-ended questions designed to simulate a situation that will lead to some desired behavior. Sometimes we give a small problem, which how you respond to it, we observe it. Because we are looking for star performers. Let me expand the word star, S-T-A-R, I look at it. First and foremost, S stands for describe the situations you are involved. Maybe in your colleges, you are involved in organizing freshers party, farewell party, or annual sports day, annual cultural fest, or maybe you are a captain of a cricket team, any of this leadership qualification. And how did you, if there's any problem, how did you overcome that problem? Let's say invite a guest and you are supposed to send the vehicle somewhere, vehicle has broke down, mechanical failures come. Now, how did you manage to still ensure guest is not unhappy with you? And that's what, describe the situation you involved. That's the first thing. Second is describe the tasks to perform. What's the kind of task you have done it there? You can't say as a member. Member means what? What's the role you have played? We are trying to look at it. And third is what was your approach to the problem? When the problem came up, how did you go about it? Did you had a team and have you discussed, have you planned, and have you organized and ensure everything goes as per the plan? That's what we're trying to get. And finally, we look at is what were the results of your actions? Is the event successfully completed? So STAR stands for situation, task, approach, and results we are looking at it. So all these issues we try to, we will not ask you directly question, but we have our own ways of assessing your performance. Coming to the easier interviews, then again, further we go for discussions. First can be traditional interviews where generally we ask, what's your name? What is your hobbies? What is your strengths and weaknesses? What is the project? And these are general questions. And sometimes there may be serial interviews. You have to attend the first interview, then go to the second interview, third interview. It may happen. Or sometimes a panel of experts sit there, maybe 8 members, each one posing different questions. And some fellow may not even pose a question, he just observes their reactions. It's very, when you're answering the questions, you need to look into the rest. You can't be just looking at the roof or table or bottom. No, that's not happening. And case method interviews, some of you are doing BB, you understand what the case is. And case method, sometimes they may give a small case and ask you to find the solution can happen. And the Next is HR interview. To judge the behavioral aspects, we look at it. And before the interview, before you go to the interview, first and foremost, know the employer, know the company to which you applied. What this organization produces, what the nature of function the organization, service sector, a production unit, or a retail outlet, what the job is. You must understand what does the organization service or produce it. What is the size of this organization? These days, all this information you can get the company website. Company website you can visit, you can get it. What size of the organization, what structure of the organizations, what is the potential growth, how it has grown over the last 3 years. If you study the balance sheet, you will come because balance sheet is a public domain document, it's not confidential. So when you see the balance sheet, you know what the growth is. All this information you're supposed to acquire before you go to the interview. The next, you should know who is the founder of this company, who is the present CEO of the company, and who are the, some people may call chairman, managing director, what are the titles they may have it. And did the company had any achievements or awards it received in the recent past, in the last 1 year, if any, because they were definitely highlighted in the website. That information also you're supposed to know it. And read about the industry. You must know, let us say you're applying to the banking industry. As I said yesterday, you need to have a general awareness of what banking industry is. This morning, I was there in one of the interviews for a banking recruitment. We asked SLR and the boy had no answer. BCom with banking specialization has done it. And we asked SLR is a very basic concept in banking terminology. He's applying for a banking job. We can't take you. I asked, what is CRR? No answer. I said, who is the RBI governor? No answer. Then how do I take him for the banking job? Please understand it. When you come to the interviews, it is our discretion, whatever the questions we want, we can ask. It's not like your academic exams, degree exams, where they are bound to ask within the syllabus. Here, syllabus is unbounded. Please note this. We can ask any question. It's our choice. So read about the industry, what's happening, maybe websites or reports or articles or company literature. Some sources you can get it. And relevant articles in the newspapers appeared, you need to look at it. And please visit the company's website thoroughly. This information you are supposed to collect before you go to the interview. Maybe start preparation 3 days, 1 week before, so that you have complete grip of what this company is, what is happening, what is the kind of growth happened, what kind of products they have, what is the main headquarters, where all they have the manufacturing locations. All that information you need to capture it. Then comes the 3 W's. First is what? Make sure you understand what job description is. Generally, they give in advance of the job description, what the role you're supposed to play. You must know. You can't say, sir, what is this? No, you can't say that. Sorry, you're supposed to know. When you're applying it, you should know what the job is. Second, why? Make a list why you want this particular job. You should have that required qualities, characteristics, capabilities. You must have it to fulfill the job. So what is that you need to highlight and keep ready to answer to them with confidence and with examples where needed, you should be able to talk about it. And third stands for whether. Compare your result and analyze whether you suit the job description. Whatever job you're applying, analyze yourself, take the help of your guidance of your faculty or placement officer, or maybe some family members, and see, are you the really right fit for the job? Don't just look at blindly the pay packets. I know mostly the youth looks at only just pay packets. They look at the job. What the job requires. So please understand job requirements very, very clearly. Thoroughly, you must study the whole document, analyze it, understand it. When you're convinced you have the requisite qualities and characteristic capabilities, you can apply it. Otherwise, please do not apply. You are spoiling your chances. And you will unnecessarily get into demotivation can happen. Take the help of the placement committee, placement officer. They can help you in guiding you can happen. So first is what, second why, third is whether. Make sure you understand what the job description is. You should know what the job is. And make sure why you want that particular job. Third, do you have the capabilities to perform the duties which are assigned to you tomorrow. These things you must thoroughly analyze. When you're convinced, you apply. Don't just look at blindly pay packet. I know so quite often I see when the campus recruitment, when some company comes with 10 lakhs, but all of them will apply. Entire batch of 100 students will apply. Without knowing, do they really have those capabilities? then what happens? You are spoiling the name of the college. Let me tell you. When recruiter comes to interviews 100 people, so you may think that, okay, I can easily pick up 10 people. At the end, only one person got selected. What happens? It spoils the name of the college. Next year, the company may not come to your campus for campus recruitment. Take it from me. It's a reality, because you wasted so much of our time interviewing 100 people. At last, one candidate we got it. So what happens? Next year, no, it's not worth wasting our time. People of the senior level, 3 or 4 people come all the way, leaving their work, what they're busy, and they spend the whole day, nothing happened. So your college will be removed from the list. This is what happens. So please do enough thinking before you apply it. The next, I would say, dress code is very, very important when you come to the interviews. Hope your placement officer has told you. Visual impressions are very, very important. Dress to impress. If you're applying for a marketing job, not only you need to have a formal suit, you must wear a tie. Other jobs, tie is optional, but marketing job, tie is a must. Please note this. I'll come to complete details, I'll give you. And dress gives the address, how professional you are. And dress has a tremendous impact on your bioplasmic energy. When you wear a formal dress, you automatically energize internally happens. Those who understand biology, you know what is the bioplasmic energy. Internally that generates energy for you can happen. So, my dear friends, dress properly. Do not go to the interviews in a casual wear. Sometimes I see just people walk in t-shirts. Sorry, we don't accept those things. Some fellows come in chappal. That we don't accept it. Please note this. This is very, very important. And if you are formally dressed to the occasion, it anchors you to be positive, alert, fresh, and influence others as well can happen. It's very, very important. You need to have the dress neat. Is very, very important. And wear fabrics that don't wrinkle, crush, that put you in a bad position. You wear a dress which is neatly ironed, fabrics that don't wrinkle, crush, first, so that your attire will be very bad position if you do that. So take care of the dress, very, very important. I'll tell you the dress code for boys and girls separately. Let me start with the boys. Let me first talk about do's. You need to wear a dark color business suit and white full sleeve shirt. Dark color business suit, white color full sleeve shirt, and tie, and dark socks and professional shoes. Black color shoes is required, not your fancy shoes. That's no, not allowed. And neat professional hairstyle. Since anyway, I told you in the beginning itself, you need to go 15 to 30 minutes advance. And you go to the washroom, check your hair and all neatly so you present a good image of you. Neat and professional hairstyle. And carry a portfolio, a briefcase with all your certificates. Please ensure all your certificates you must carry it, originals. We don't accept. And also one set of Xerox copies, keep it in case they may ask so that you can give it. All certificates original and put them in a logical order. So they may ask for one person, they may not ask for all certificates. They may say, show me your degree certificate. You can't be wasting your time searching, where is it? Is it the first or last? No. You should be able to put in order and you should be able to easily pick up and show to them. It should happen. And don'ts. Don't go to the interview with unshaven look. It should be neatly shaved, boys. Neatly shaving is to be done. Don't have a messy hair and shabby clothes not allowed. Coming to the girls, do's let me talk about. Sari or a tailored suit or a kurta pajama kind of thing, no, Punjabi dress is allowed. Keep it simple. Don't come with a party wear kind of dresses. No, that's not allowed. And perfume or makeup light application only. You're not coming to the party where you can have full makeup. No, please don't do that. And jewelry, nothing too large or noisy that will be distracting the entire audience. That is no. All that keep in your jewelry box, no, here, not required. Jewelry, nothing too large or noisy that will be distracting the people. Never do that. Have a neat hairdo. As I said, you can come in at once, so you can go to the washroom and neat hairdo, you can do it. And moderate shoes avoid, and don't use high heels. These are some of the girls, they use high heels, not. And manicured nails, And you also need to carry a portfolio of briefcase or certificates in a folder neatly arranged. You need to carry. Coming to the don'ts, don't wear flashy earrings or jewelry. Leave them all in your jewelry box. Try and wear the most expensive and strongest perfume. Please don't use it. That's not required here in the interviews. So there's a dress code for boys and girls separately. Now coming to the how do you create your first impression? My dear young friends, first impression is the best impression. There's no second chance to create the first impression. First impression is the best impression. There's no second chance to create the first impression. It is not about whether I'm good, but what I'm good at it. What is the qualities I have? What are the characteristics I have? What is the skill set I have? What is the knowledge I have? That's what you need. It's not about whether I'm good, but what I'm good at it. First impression takes only 30 seconds because we are all sitting on the other side of the table. We have 10 to 30 years of experience. We can easily guess the people. So in about 30 seconds, we can easily guess what kind of person you are. So first, establish rapport. That's what I said is gently knock the door. After taking the permission, walk into the room, sit comfortably, greet the people is very, very important. And direct and sustained eye contact is very, very important. When you're answering the questions, you must have eye contact. You can't be just looking at the roof or wall somewhere. No, no. And very, very common handshake is very, very common. You need a firm handshake, not loose. That will not work. It's very, very important. And a warm smile. Don't have tension. Yeah. If this is not job, there's another job is waiting for you. Why do you worry? And have a smile on your face. Good posture. I repeat again, you need to sit with your back straight. Sit comfortably in the chair. And then back straight is very, very important. Good posture is important. And introducing yourself in a confident manner. When we ask you, let me also caution you at this point. Usually the first question is introduce yourself. And 90% of the candidates do wrong things. They say, my name is so-and-so, my father's name is so-and-so, my mother name is so-and-so, all that they do. Why are we wasting our time? All that is given already in your resume, which you submitted to us. You should talk about what the unique qualities you have, which you feel can be a good fit for the job, your capabilities. That's what you're supposed to talk about it. Let me give you some hints during the interview. First and foremost, as I said, you need to have a smile on the face and speak very clearly. Not to have a local language accent. You know, sometimes I see in interviews, I told you, na sir, what is na? There's no meaning. So please understand, take care of yourself. And you need to have good listening skills. Listen to the question clearly. Listen before answering it is. And give the answers brief. Unless you've been asked to explain, don't give long answers. You are not applying for a lecturer post where yes, you're supposed to give 1 hour lecture. Give answers short. And be truthful. Don't try to fool us. Don't try to cheat us. Don't try to tell lies. We can easily guess the people. Let me tell you. So be truthful and know your resume, what was submitted there. I'll tell you some of the examples. In the resume, one of the columns usually is hobbies. The other day, one boy has written hobbies, cricket. Fine, excellent. We have nothing against that. I asked him, do you play regularly? Yes, yes, sir. We play regularly in the college. After the college hours, we play at least 1 hour a day. Good, excellent. I'm happy for that. I said, tell me what is the distance between the wickets? The answer I got is 2 feet. That's absolutely wrong answer. That means you are not serious at things. You spoil your chance, I'm telling you. The same way, one of the girls wrote in the resume, she said her hobby is dance. When he came into the room, we asked, what kind of dance? Sir, I'm a classical dance. Excellent. What is that you've done? Bharatanatyam. Excellent. Fine. I asked her, have you done the Arangetram? And she says she's doing the stage shows last 3 years. She doesn't know Arangetram. Arangetram is like graduation ceremony for a dancer. That's the last day where she says goodbye to Guru and then come out and as independent dancer she comes. She doesn't know. I said, let me try. I asked, what is mudra? It's a very, very basic concept. We may not know. We know all the subjects, whatever hobbies you have, we know. As Mudra, she had a blank, and that means she's trying to fool us. He's out. You lost the chance. So don't underestimate us. We know all your areas because there are 3 or 4 people. At least one of us know all those things, and you'll be caught. So don't try to fool us. So I repeat again: have a smiling face, speak very clearly, listen to the question before answering it, and give brief answers. Be truthful and know a resume of what your written is. There's another column in the resume usually is strengths and weaknesses. I see quite often when you're writing that you try to look at the friend's resume. What is that you've written? What is it you've written? This is good. I will copy it. How can you copy someone else's strength as yours? Take the help of your friends. Take the help of the placement division, and try to assess yourself what the strengths and weaknesses you have, and mention very clearly that. And all that keep things at a professional level. Focus on presenting a positive and enthusiastic tone. You must have that positive, enthusiastic tone should be there when you're answering it. And all of us got some weaknesses, nothing wrong with that. But what you should be able to say is, yes, I identified my weakness in communication during the second year. Since then, I have put in efforts. Now I'm confident I can confidently communicate with my friends, and all that you should well talk about it. All of us got weakness. There's nothing to feel bad about it. When did you identify? What is the effort you put in to overcome that weakness? This is all what we're trying to get. To describe weakness, mention lessons learned, and talk about what the effort you put in to overcome that difficulty. That's very, very important. And talk about 3 key points. Your personal characteristics. What is it you're good at it? Sir, I'm a team performer. I'm good as a team leader, or I'm good as a communicator, or whatever you have it. And what is the skill set you have it? Practical knowledge you have it. Sir, I'm good at balance sheet reading, or I'm good at balance sheet analyzing it, or whatever the subjects you have it. Or I'm good at marketing skills. You can talk about whatever you want it. And what are the relevant experiences you have? During your college days, you might have done some exercises or some case studies, or maybe your faculty would have said, go and market these products and come back by evening. Let me see how much money you make it. Such experiences can be narrated here. You don't have real job experiences. These experiences can be shared. Or maybe you went around the companies and collected so much of money for your tech fest or management fest. You could raise so much finances. You can talk about it. And so these are some things which can be said, and be specific rather than general explanation about their things. And 3, they ask questions on attitude, skill, and knowledge. As I also mentioned about it. Your attitude is very, very important. Your attitude determines the altitude to which you can climb it. You need to have positive attitude. And second is skill. More and more practical knowledge, experimental knowledge, experiential knowledge is very, very important. And third is knowledge. We are not interested in your theoretical knowledge. We are interested more in practical knowledge. That's what we look at as recruiters. And you need to have the conceptual foundation. Yesterday I was telling you, if you want, I can ask the question. Let's say this BBS. Can you tell me what is the difference between manager and leader? What's the difference between manager and leader? Very basic concept I'm asking. BBS. Tell me what is the difference between manager and leader? Yeah, please do that fast. We are running out of time. You can type in the chat box. Those who access to chat box, please type in chat box. Leader says, let's go. Manager, manage the work. Leader, the one who leads a group. Leader, or somebody's MBA also. Why don't you respond? Gabriel, your MBA. So respond it. Manage is one who manages. You know what will be a response? The kind of answers what you're given. This is bookish knowledge. This will be our response. We will not say to you. In our mind, we have that kind of feeling. Let me give the answer. Simple answer is manager is transaction oriented, leader is transformation oriented. Manager looks at today, leader looks at tomorrow. Please understand these things. Manager transaction. You want to know how much sales you've done today. Transactions is interested. Leader looks at transforming the organization to meet the future challenges, the market dynamics. He looks at it. So manager looks at today, leader looks at tomorrow. That's where we talk about visionary leaders. He must have vision where he want to see his organization by 2025. That's the leader what we're talking about. Manager is transactional, leader is transformational. Our manager is today, leader looks at tomorrow. This is how you need to talk about it. Okay, fine, we come back. I'm going to ask a number of questions now. Be ready to answer it. And you need to have the conceptual clarity is required. You can't just give the bookish answers. No, not like that. It strengthens towards entering into challenging and competitive world. My dear friends, it's all highly competitive environment. The major challenge we are facing is we are not getting the right candidate to our jobs. That's the biggest challenge. That's where yesterday I said unemployment is not a problem. Unemployability is becoming a problem to us. I don't know how many of you can understand Hindi. जो काबिल है वो खाली नहीं है, जो खाली है वो काबिल नहीं है. हम क्या करते हैं? Those who are talented, they are not free, and those who are free, they don't have talent. Because some of you, I'm not saying all of you, some of you, just look at examination point of view. Just 1 week before start reading and somehow pass the exam. That you'll not be able to answer our questions and you'll land up yourself in trouble. You may pass and get the degree. That's all. So focus on the conceptual foundation, strengthen the fundamental concepts you need to look at it. Let me give you a question from the commerce side. What is current ratio? BCom and BBA can answer it. What is the current ratio? Come on, hurry up. Hurry up, friends, we're running out of time. Look at very basic concepts I'm asking it. I'm sure your faculty will agree with me. Simply, our current ratio is current is set by current liabilities. I'm not a management guy. I'm not a commerce guy. I'm a hardcore computer science. I'm MTech computer science and I'm a computer science faculty. I don't know ABC of your commerce in the accounting. And I can answer what is your problem. Look at it. You lost the opportunity. Very simple things we ask, and you don't answer it. You're gone. And sometimes we give the balance sheet, ask you to read, tell me what the balance sheet is, and people are not able to read the balance sheet. That's not correct. And so you need to have the conceptual foundation, strengthen the fundamental concepts of subjects what you studied it. Enhance the reasoning and analytical ability. You must have the analytical ability. Analyzing things is very, very important. Understanding the subject with a wide variety of questions you must look at. My dear friends, develop the habit of questioning things. The more the questions you raise, the better you can answer it. In Sanskrit, we say, prashnena, prati prashnena, abha prashnena, abhi prashnena. Not only questioning, counter questioning also you should do it. And don't be afraid of just stand up and ask questions. What are the doubts here? Immediately you should say, sir, 1 second, I have not understood. Please explain once again. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't ask, you are the losers. By asking question, you're also indirectly helping some of your classmates who also had a similar doubt. Maybe they didn't have the guts to stand up and ask. Then all questions must be asked. If you don't ask, you are the loser. So develop the habit of questioning everything. Yesterday, I was asking you the difference between Independence Day and Republic Day. Look at, you never questioned. You thought both flag hosting. You never realized why flag hosting we're doing again. You need to think about it. My dear friends, I have another question coming up. Who signs on the 100 rupee note? Who signs on the 100 rupee note? BCom and BBA should be able to answer this question. Don't take out the note and see and tell me. No, then I don't need answers. Because in the interview room, you can't do that. And somebody types governor. Which governor? Is the governor of Karnataka? Or governor of Maharashtra? Or governor of Delhi? Yeah, those who typed in RBI governor is the right answer. RBI governor signs it. And those who have BBA finance third year and MBA finance, I have another question. This 100 rupee note, do you call it a cash? Do you call it a cash? This 100 rupee note, BBA third year finance and MBS. I'm asking you. Even BCom can answer it. This 100 rupee note, do you call it a cash? What happened? And some of your economics people also can answer. Sorry, it's not a currency. My dear young friends, it's a promissory note. If you see above the RBI governor's signature, it says, I promise to pay the bearer the sum of rupees so and so, it says. Then who signs on 1 rupee note? Who signs on 1 rupee note? Yeah, it's interview, so naturally I have to ask questions. What can I do? Who? Finance Minister signs. Is that what you're saying? No one. No one says the document has no value. Yeah, 1 rupee note is valid. It's not withdrawn. If people are not using definition, 1 rupee note is valid. It's a legal document even today. I have never seen it. Ask your parents, they'll show you what it is. No, not RBI government. Let me tell you, the 1 rupee note is the only one which is issued by the government, remaining all of the notes issued by the RBI. It is signed by the Secretary, Department of Finance, Government of India. It is signed by Secretary, Department of Finance, Government of India signs, not Minister. Minister doesn't sign. That is the only document is given by the government. Remaining all other notes are given by the RBI. And all that we call is only they are promissory notes. And that's what happens. Anyway, I'll ask, don't worry, I'm going to ask so many questions now. And answering questions, when you're answering questions, focus on experience that demonstrate your flexibility. You should not have rigid personality. We don't want it. People should be flexible, adaptable. We are looking at it. Adaptable to any institution, you should be a responsible person. And you should be progressive mindset is required, who is willing to grow in the organization. And you should be able to highlight your achievements, if any, in the school or college, wherever you are. And should be able to talk about the creative skills. Today, it's very, very important for us is to talk about creative skills. You remember yesterday I was telling you, innovate or evaporate. Your creative skills are very, very important. And you should be self-initiative. Don't expect somebody to give direction and start working on it. You should be able to work on your own. And we look at it, and leadership qualities is what we are looking at it. And the commonly asked questions, first 5 minutes. One of the questions is, tell me about yourself. This question I discussed already. And so you should talk about what is unique qualities you have, in what way you feel you are the right person to fit for the job. Those things you need to highlight it. And also one of the questions is, tell me something interesting about your college years. During 3 years of your degree, anything which you are interesting experience, you please share with us. We are looking at your narrating skills. We are looking at your communication skills. All that we are trying to watch. That's what we are looking at it. And we also ask, what are your goals? What is your goal? Where do you want to see yourself by 2025, 2030, 2050? We ask. Where do you want to see yourself at 5 years? These are very, very common questions they ask. You should do enough homework. Since you are applying for a below job, you know what the next growth, next jump, you will go to which position down, that you should have a clarity of thought. That should work out. That's the reason you need to study the company thoroughly. And the another question I already talked about is what the strengths and weaknesses you have. And where do you see yourself in 10 years? Why do you think I should select you? Is one of the common questions. Why do you think I should select you? You can't say, sir, I've answered all the questions to give me the job. No, sorry, it can't happen. You need to build the strength and reinforce again. These are the qualities, sir, in the advertisement job description. This is what you ask, and I have this skill set. This is what the matching. So hence, I may be the right fit for your organization. You must relate those two things. Then it will happen. And if it's usually we ask, what is your project work, what you've done it, and if any good assignment you've done it, you need to. This is a very common question we ask. These are some of the very, very basic questions happen in the first 3 minutes. I'm telling you. 3 to 4 minutes in which happen. So I repeat again. First is tell me about yourself and your college years, or what is your goal of your life, and what is the strengths and weaknesses you have it, and where do you see yourself at 5 years, 10 years, and so on. And why do you think I should select you? And work up. The another thing which we ask is, are you willing to relocate? Let's say you're from Bangalore and say, I'm going to post in Ahmedabad. Will you be interested? I would strongly recommend, irrespective of boy or girl, you should say yes. You're all bachelors, no responsibilities, nothing. You should be willing to go out. Is very, very important quality. In fact, I strongly recommend first 2 years you must go out and work. Then you know what life is. If you want to work from the same hometown, you will never realize what life is. Because when you get up early morning, your mom keeps everything ready, and you go to the office and come back evening, you spend time with the friends, and night you come back, your dinner is ready prepared by the mom. When you go out and stay somewhere outside, you start learning. You have to get up early morning, you have to prepare your own breakfast, and you have to wash your clothes. You go to the office, since there's no friends, you spend more time in the office to learn more and more, and come back in the evening, have some dinner. And all that will help you. And also you're mixing with the people from a different mindset, different geographical conditions you're meeting. I would strongly recommend you should be willing to relocate it. Even for girls, there's no problem. These days we have working women's hostels in all the cities. And that is there. So, and I come across quite because sometimes I also was in charge of the placements in the institute where I work. And sometimes the girl parents used to come. Sir, what is this? Sir, company is doing job excellent. We are happy. But today they're given the posting in Ahmedabad. Why can't they give in Hyderabad? I said, what is the problem? Sir, how can my daughter go all the way to Ahmedabad? Then I used to tell the parents, okay, fine, no problem. You find it difficult. Then are you interested in California? There's a vacancy. Immediately parents says, yes, sir. Okay, California is okay. What is this understanding? Ahmedabad in 1 hour, you can fly and go and see your daughter, or the daughter can come to you very easily. If your daughter is posted in California, how will you reach there? You need a passport, you need a visa. It's a very expensive process. You change your mindset, please. Are you willing to relocate? This is one of the common questions we ask. The another common question we ask is, are you willing to execute a bond? Yeah, you can ask him, sir, what's the duration of the bond? Nothing wrong with that. But you can't say, without knowing the duration, you say that's I'm not interested in bond, then you're out. You can ask, sir, what is the period for which you want me to execute the bond? 1 year. 1 year, you should readily say yes. 2 years also, you can take a risk, say yes. 3 years, yes. I don't want to say yes. Unless you decide this is the company which for me life is, then you can say yes, otherwise I don't want to say yes. Let me also tell you, because I have to be truthful to you also, not only to the employer. You can say yes, 3 years will work, provided you give me these growth rates. Then I can think about it. Otherwise, I don't want to agree. But 1 year, you should not hesitate. You should say yes. 2 years also you can accept it. There's no problem. I don't see a major problem. And 3 years, you can negotiate with them. That's what I would say. And girls, I would say, because for you, once you're married, it's a problem to you. You can check with the company's policies if they have branches all over the country. And when you marry to a person from a different place, will there be company policy which permits you to get transferred within the company from one city to another city? Let's say TCS Bangalore working. Let's say you married to a TCS Hyderabad boy, then is there a chance for you to move from Bangalore to Hyderabad? Most of the companies will allow you, let me tell you. Unless there's some problem, otherwise generally the companies encourage you. They don't want to lose a good employee. This is what happens. So you can check with the company's policies if there are any. And so please take care of it. Now, the first question, let me elaborate a little bit more. The first question I said, tell me about yourself. Beginning, a one sentence summary of your career highlights. What is that highlights you would like to highlight to impress the recruiter is very, very important. And in the middle, you can talk about a 3-point list of your top skills and achievements that are also relevant to the job. 3-point list of your skill sets, top skills or achievements you have. Look at how much of homework you have to do it just to answer the question, tell me about yourself. Beginning, a one sentence summary of your career highlights, you have it. And middle, you can begin 3-point list of top skills or achievements, what you have, you can talk about it. And then ending, you can say, conclude your story with a high note, with a brief explanation why you're looking for to get into this job. It should be short, sweet, and crispy. maybe all put together in 1 minute, you should be able to answer it. Look at it. That is the reason I said you have to do a lot of preparation. You can't just walk in and take the people granted. The second question, I would say, this very again common question they ask is, what do you know about the organization? When you apply to a particular company, you should know what this company is. Without knowing, you can't blindly apply it. So hence, you remember I was telling you, please go through the website, please go through the business reports and see what this company is, where the headquarters is, where the main manufacturing plant is, and what the company has grown over the years, who is the CEO, all that you need to calculate. Learn about the organization, role and skill requirements to the job and that you apply. You must understand what the role is, what the skill set required, and speak about the accomplishments of the company in the recent years. You can talk about if they got any awards or any achievements this company has got. Yes, sir, I'm so passionate. Your organization has got last 3 years consecutively won the Golden Peacock Award. I'm happy, such a progressive organization, growing organization, I'd like to join. So you need to study careful. You need to check the background of the company, what the company are applying, what the growth is happening, all that information you need to have it so that you can present properly what you have it. So this is what you need to do. I repeat again, what you know about the organization is a very common question. Learn about the organizations and role and skill requirement, the job they applied, you need to have clarity. And speak about the accomplishments or achievements of the company in the last 2 years or 3 years. This information you should be able to collect and present. Again, you should do in 1 minute time. You should be able to answer. Don't keep on lecturing for hours to that. They're not like it. The another question which they commonly ask is about the job. That is, what interests you about this job? What made you to apply for this job? And don't say, sir, it is in the same city where I live, Bangalore, so that's why I applied. Or your pay packet is very attractive, sir, so I applied. No, that kind of answers we don't accept it. So you need to know what is it interests you about the job? What made you to get inspired and liking towards this particular job? You should be able to narrate. What are the unique skill sets you have which matches this job? Hence, I'm the right candidate. You need to talk about it. The second is what you know about this organization, talk about it. Third is what other options are you considering it? If suppose you're not get selected here, what will happen? What are the other options? Generally, you should avoid saying that, no, sir, anyway, I applied already 10 companies, one of them will happen. That means you're not clear about it. You should say, sir, I'm very confident. I have the results. I'm sure I'll be able to make it because I love this company so much. And I'm quite confident if I cannot make it, next time I'll come back again because I want my career to be only in this company. That's it. And you can't bluff also. You should be able to show that interest, show love towards the company. The way you are answering, we try to guess it. And you can't say, sir, they apply 10 other companies. No, that will not work. So that's an option. What are the options you're considering? You need to be clear about it. How do you see your career developing over the next 5 years? When you join our company, how do you see the career growth over the next 5 years? That means you should have done the background check. Check if any of your alumni is already working in that company. Check any of your relatives or friends who work in that company. Talk to them what the growth rate happens on. All that information you should collect it. So you can say, yes, sir, I can see over the 5 years, this kind of growth, I'm quite confident of doing that. And this is what generally happens in a company. I know I can make it. That's when we talk about it. And the another question we ask is, if you are the head of department, what will be your priorities? If let's say tomorrow or the next 5 years, you become the head of department, head of a particular unit, what is it you want to do? So you should be able to talk, let's say you're in the marketing area, sir, I would like to acquire new customers, get new customers, or attract the customers from the other competitors to our customers. And this is the kind of plan you have to do enough homework, I'm telling you. And you should clearly say, this is what the homework, this is what the thing which I can do it, and I'm confident I can attract those customers from the competitors. All that work, homework has to be done. Then you can answer these questions confidently. Can happen. And we also ask some questions on general knowledge. You should know some of the top business leaders. Say, for example, who is the chairman of SBI? You're supposed to know it. Who is the chairman of L&T Cements? Who is the chairman of Infosys? Who is the chairman of TCS? These general industry leaders you're supposed to know it. So please get this information and you're supposed to know. And what are the best practices, be within the college or the organization where you're applying, and what are the best practices companies are adopting? Do you know? Do you have any idea? This is a very common question we ask. So there's a reason you have to do a lot of homework before you come to the interview for that day. That's very, very important. If you don't respond properly, then you lose the opportunity. And what are the recent developments, products, or services, or awards they got it? What are the new product they launch? And what are the new services they launch? What's the kind of awards they got it? And what's the kind of new order they got it recently? One of the major orders, let's say they got an order for the Bombay Airport third terminal award, they got it. They are going to build it. And you should highlight those kind of things. And all this general knowledge, you should know that you will get only by reading some of the business and history telling you Economic Times or Business Standard or Business Time. When you read it, you will get this kind of information can happen. The next comes is the interviewer. Let me ask one more question to you. What do you mean by interview? What do you mean by interview? Yeah, my dear young friends, can you respond? What is meant by interview? What is interview? Testing candidate attitude, seeing innocence. It's an interactive session. It's a type of test. Good. I'm reading your answers. A meeting of people face to face. Yeah, type in your answers. I'm seeing. Viewing the internal personality of the candidate. Okay. All your answers are wrong. All your answers are wrong. Let me tell you. Analyze the word interview. Interviewing. I, as recruiter, am viewing is this a candidate going to be right fit into my organization? Not the same way you are also viewing at me. Is this company really worth for me to join this company? You may get selected. You may say, yes, fine. I have no interest because this company is doing something else, which I thought this is what the company is, but today the company is doing something else. You are right to reject it. That is the reason. Usually at the end of the interview, we ask, do you have any questions? Maybe some information you want to clarity, you can ask for information. And based on which you can take a decision. And you can do. So we are viewing each other. Interviewing is called interview. It's not that we as recruiters were looking at you. You are also looking at our company. And only when we match each other, perfect match, then we say yes, we join hands and move forward. Otherwise, either you may say bye-bye or I may say bye-bye can happen. Very, very common. So don't think it's only you are in need of job. They also in need of you. It is win-win situation that has to happen. And that's what you need to look at it. Okay. So as a person who's conducted the interview, our job is to verify the information supplied in the document. Resume, the things. Is it really correct? We want to see all the relevant certificates based on the questions we taught judges. Observing your body language, we observe it. Your facial expressions are very, very important. Your body language is important. The way you walk, the way, all that we keep observing it. And exploring your values, beliefs, expectations, skills, and qualifications. Are they really relevant to our kind of job, what we're looking for? This is what we try to judge by our own ways internally. And we also do background check. Sometimes, I don't know, you may be knowing, one of the columns is there usually is reference. Would you like to give us some reference, some person whom I can check with your capabilities? Or we do our own background check. Is really the right person for our company? And we do that. And skills and abilities make you a good candidate or not, we try to check it. And what are the career plans you have? Is the person reliable, trustworthy? We look at it. And work habits, what that you have it, attitudes, time management skills, all this we try to judge. That's our role to do that. Mind your body language is very, very important. Do not keep shifting your position. You can't be shifting, that will not work. Usually interview lasts only 5 minutes, I'm telling you, for most of the fresh graduates. It will maximum go up to 15 minutes. Usually 5 minutes, I'm telling you. Can't you sit 5 minutes properly? And there also you want to change it, that will not work. And your posture during the interview is very, very important. It adds or diminishes. Don't bend onto the table. No. Please don't do that mistake. So these things we are observing it. And be straight, keep your body still, and don't keep shifting it. Avoid these mannerisms at all costs. I see when you are nervous, you start playing with tie. That shows you're nervous. Or play with a pen. That shows you're nervous. Or some kind of gestures, facial. What kind of question this fellow is asking here? And that's all, you lost it. We can easily read. Face is index of mind. We can easily read face. And shaking legs, we're also watching that. And shaking legs also is a bad sign. And sitting with your arms slung. Let's say there's one more chair next to you. You're putting your arm on the second chair. Is not allowed. Do not use the interviewer's desk. I said earlier, you are not supposed to put your certificates on the table unless they ask you. Yes, that time you can show it. Otherwise, no. And be assertive but not rude. You can't be rude with them. Please understand this. And sound flexible and willing to work. The another common question we ask: are you willing to work in shifts? Are you willing to work extended hours if necessary? Are you willing to work on a Sunday if required? These are all very, very common questions. You should say yes. If necessary, yes, I'm willing to work on a Sunday because company's image is important, so we'll work. It's not that every Sunday we want it. Once in a while, if required, you must be able to work on it. That's what we are looking for it. If necessary, are you willing to work in shifts? Some of the production units, you are joining production unit, you should be willing to work in shifts. These all the things that are very, very common. And highlight your extracurricular activities, your sports, games, cultural things. If you have anything, you can highlight it. You're most welcome. And listen to the questions completely and carefully. Listening skills are very, very important in interviews. If you don't listen properly, you may think the question is something else. You start answering it. You are making a fool of yourself to the interviewers. Modulated voice. You need to have that voice modulation is very, very important. You can't be talking monotonic voice. That enthusiasm should be visible when you're speaking to us. And address everyone. Say good morning to all of you. If there's good morning, sirs. If there's a lady, say good morning, sirs and madam. You should address all. That is very, very important. Be thorough in your subject. Get the basics, the fundamental concepts clearly understood. And at the end of the interview, when you get up from the chair, please put the chair back in front. Don't drag it, lift it and put it back. It's very, very important. And before you leave the room, thank all the members there. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. It was a great learning experience for me. Something like that you can say. You should and have a smile on the face and be confident what you're doing. Sit in a graceful manner and wish the interviewers everything. And a facial expression to be natural. This is very, very important. Don't sound desperate as if the job is not there, you're going to die. That should not happen. Come on, yeah, this is not that there's some other job. Maybe some other better job is waiting for you. Don't be desperate. And do not be nervous. Be confident, do enough preparation, enough background check, and be ready and go and present it. What is the best you present it? Rest you leave it. That's what we say. You must do your best. Rest leave it to them. That's all. And remember, you're an interview, but not in a television chat show. So your body language is important. You are not sitting in a canteen where you can be relaxed and done. That will not work. The another area where we look at is your competency-based interviews. There we check your subject, your abilities, your qualities, your practical knowledge, all that we look at it. Company identify the key skills required for performing a particular job. Now we try to look at from that angle when I say competency-based interests. Designs questions to elicit your evidence of skills, what we're talking about it. Emphasis on past behavior as predictor of success. What is the past experiences you had? Past, how did you handle certain events? Certain complexities, be at home or what is that? You know, talk about. How are you good as a teamwork? Then you should say, describe a team project you worked on and what the problems you encountered and how did you overcome in a team performance. This is what you talk about. Teamwork is very, very important. Describe a team project you worked on it and what problems came up and how did you overcome those problems and how did you convince the entire team to move forward is what you highlighted. The second important thing is communication skills is very, very important, irrespective of any job, what you're getting in. Communication is when marketing is much more important. Communication skills are very, very important. Describe the situation when you had persuade others to support your views. Give an example of any reports you've written which illustrates your writing capabilities, writing skills you look at. We want to see if you've done some report, not download, copy, cut, paste. We can easily guess all that. So don't do that. You should have written something on your own. Show us this is what the project I done. This report I prepared and I presented it, and you can talk about it. All that kind of things you can bring it into. If needed, you should be able to showcase to us, and we look at it. The another area where we are looking at is interpersonal soft skills are very, very important. That's what is it: teamwork, communication skills, interpersonal skills, problem solving skills. All these are important. Interpersonal skills is very, very important. How you deal with people is very, very important. What kind of people do you find difficult to work with? These kind of, and how do you handle those situations? You know, sometimes some fellow may be arrogant. How do you deal with it? All this you should be able to respond to. And are you a responsible person? Take responsibility. Describe a time when you work responsibility to achieve a particular challenge. Positive. What the role you played? You need to highlight it. And the another area where we look at is your problem solving capabilities. Sometimes we may give a small problem, tricky problem, and we ask you to solve it. If you don't solve it, that means you don't have the problem solving abilities. We say, fine, thank you. You lose the opportunity. Tell about a time when you had several tasks to manage that one time with conflicting deadlines. How did you manage that? These are some of the things which you need to highlight when you're talking about problem solving skills. I'll give some tips how to handle the interviews. Prepare yourself practically for the interview, not just theoretical knowledge. Go more from a practical angle. How it happens, what it happens, when it happens, where it happens, all the kind of things. Gather information is useful during the interview. Gather all that information from your seniors, from your alumni, from your faculty, from your friends, from your relatives, from somebody known to you who's working in that company. All that information, my dear friends, it takes a lot of time to appear for interviews. And also, don't make resume generic and send it to all the companies. Resume has to be company specific and job specific. You can't generalize and give it to everybody. No, sorry. Resume has to be company specific and job specific. It can't be generalized resume and start mailing to 100 companies. Sorry, you lose it. We can easily guess. Let me tell you, in the case of off-campus recruitment, when you go there, out of 100 resumes, we look at it, 90 resumes not in button. We just put them in dustbins. It's not, but it just takes few seconds for us to look at our resumes, especially fresh graduates. That's enough. We just put in dustbins. You have to prepare the resume with a company specific in mind and job specific in mind, and you must prepare. You can't give generic resume to us. That means you're not done enough homework. So prepare yourself practically for the interview. Gather information which is useful during the interview, and practicing beforehand will make you more comfortable. Practice doesn't mean by heart dances. Never do that mistake. Again, we can easily guess if you're by hearting it. You must understand that what you're speaking it is very, very important. And prepare a checklist for you before you go to the interview. I said in the beginning, confirm the date and time. Which date, which time, you need to know clearly. And the location of the interview and the name of the interview, and where appropriate, you need to know what time it's going to go. All that information you need to have complete checklist. Ensure you're well before to that location, 15 to 30 minutes advance. If it's outstation, please go to that place one day before and stay nearer to the company in nearby location. Don't stay far away, because you don't know that city, how much time it takes for you to reach from that place to, maybe you have some relatives, some friends somewhere. You don't know how much time it takes for you to reach there. So better avoid it. And get there at least half an hour before the interview time. You need to dress professionally. I talked about it. And ensure receptionist, you need to inform the receptionist, show that the interview letter and says, madam, I have come for this interview. And she may say, okay, fine, take that letter, or she may ask you to sign in the register and sign it. And don't forget to inform them. That's first thing when you walk into the company, please inform that concerned person. You already arrived at that place. If you don't inform, they think you are not arrived. And or they think that you came after the interview started. You may lose the opportunity. So very, very important. Inform the receptionist or the register, please write your name, time, and everything else. Very, very important. Ensure the reception knows you're already there, and just relax, because anyway you went ahead, so you can relax. And be spontaneous in answering it. Know the questions behind the question. It's very, very important. For some questions, if you don't know the answer, you can say, sorry, sir, I don't know. We don't expect you to answer 100%. There's nothing wrong. For one or two questions, you can say, sorry, sir, I don't know. Or you can say, sir, can I make a guess? I don't know the answer. Can I make a guess? Be honest to them. We appreciate honesty. And it's not how fast you are responding to our questions. It is how accurately you are responding to our questions is important to us. So please know. So that's why I said take a minute time, think about, frame the sentence properly and present it. And be watchful of noun. You need to watch their faces, their face index of mind. Are they happy with you or not? And so these are some of the checklists you need to go through it and follow up with an effect. Now, at the end of that, when you came out of the interview room and let's say you go back to your home, send a small thank you letter to them. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me an opportunity. And I feel that I've done exceedingly well. I'm confident of making it to you. But thank you once again. It has given me a very good experience. You need to talk about it. And the other point I have is be on time and be prepared. First impression is usually the best impression. There's no second chance to create the first impression. It's better to be early than late and strike up a conversation with staff members or other colleagues so that you get free from the tension. Otherwise, you came running all the way and last moment, tension, you spoil your chances. If you're before that, you can have informal interaction with other fellow participants who also came for interview, and maybe some of your friends or there's something. You can just have a relaxed mode. You can go to the interview room. Otherwise, you go with a lot of tense and you spoil things. And so this will help you to learn about the organization, and you can also use this information for your interview. You can frame your sentences what you want it by interacting with others. You can know what it is. And your answers, listen carefully, and the questions, seek clarification if required. Illustrate answers with real examples if there is any experiences that you have, any evidence you have it, illustrate with example. Be positive and constructive criticism. Don't go for negative criticism. Neil said that organization is useless, that's why I didn't apply. No, never use that. We are not here to criticize others. Talk about positive things about the organizations. And keep your answers specific. Don't too much elaborate it. Short, to the point, you answer it. And wherever required, not for every question. Some questions you can take time to listen. Sir, can I take a minute? Nothing wrong with that. You can do that. And be alert to interviewers' body language. You must observe that. Speak very clearly, smile, and show enthusiasm in this company. You need to exhibit that. Know what you want to say and find the opportunity to say at the least possible opportunity. And that's what. If you do not name, say, sorry, sir, I don't know. Nothing wrong with that. Don't try to bluff with us. And let me also talk about what is it that creates a bad impression about you. Poor personal appearance. That means you're not dressed properly, you're not groomed your hair properly. You just came running with sweating on the face. You spoil chances. And lack of knowledge of the field of specialization to which you applied. You don't have the basics of that job to which you applied, then you lose chances. Inability to express self clearly, poor voice or diction or grammar, then you lose the opportunity. You need to have excellent voice modulation, and voice should be clear to them. And negative attitude, evading or using excuses will not work. And lack of interest and enthusiasm, you will spoil your chances. Don't get quite often I see sometimes when a student is not able to answer a particular question and then he withdraws immediately and he goes into depression. Never do that, yeah. Fine, this question you don't know that you could not spoil it. And next question, maybe you're confident about it. That enthusiasm you should maintain it. You need to do it. And lack of maturity, vitality, courtesy, and social understanding also will spoil the chances. Be courteous to them. You can't be rude with them. And let's say there's a company owned by some Reddy. Sir, I understand your company gives only importance to Reddys. Never use that kind of language, please. That's not correct. And poor knowledge of the role. You don't know in which role you're getting it. You don't know that you land up in problem. And too much overemphasis on money. Don't ask for pay packet. Sir, kitna pay milega, kitna salary milega, kitna increment milega. Please don't emphasize too much on that. Never do that kind of mistake. Especially fresh graduates cannot do that. And that's in the and lack of career plan, where you want to see yourself over the next 5 years, 10 years. If you don't have a plan, then also you lose the chances. And what is that we look for from a fresh graduate? Excellent communication skills and interpersonal skills. Enthusiasm, we look for it. Ability to work well within a team, that means you should be a good team member, is what we look at it. And you need to know for your personal ethics, professional ethics. Ability to change along the organization. You must be able to willing to change. My dear young friends, please note, the only thing constant in life is change. Environment is changing, technology is changing, organization is changing. You must be willing to change. That's very, very important. We look at the persons who are willing to change. And analytical and problem solving skills, we are trying to look at it. Any small problem is given, how fast you are doing it, how accurately we are doing it, we look at it, those things. And also we look at, does he really going to fit into our organization culture, is what we look at it. And is he likely to grow as a leader in the organization? We want people to grow as leaders. Tomorrow you become a general manager. Why not you become a CEO of the company tomorrow? Why not? Maybe over the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, you should aim at it. And does he stable in this company? There's another thing which you look at it. Is he going to work with us at least for another 2 years? If he's wavery, then we don't give chance. The way you are exhibiting it, we say this fellow is going to work with us at least next 2-3 years. We are not looking at permanent thing. No. Fine, if you want to work, is most welcome. We are not saying no. There are people these days, I see quite often, people change their jobs every 3 months, 6 months. First job, second job, third job, you will not get, let me tell you. People have a negative opinion. Oh, this fellow is not stable and he keeps on jumping it, is not trustworthy person. There is reality. And don't change your job just because a few thousands is jump. No, don't do that. And that's what you need to look at it. And the other is willingness to relocate. I said yes, if necessary. Let's say you're currently working in Bangalore. If the company requirement is there, you have to move to Bombay, you should be willing to relocate it. These are things that are very important for us. And types of interview questions. Sometimes there may be open-ended questions. Tell me about yourself. There you can talk whatever. Sometimes closed-end questions. Do you like the clerical work? Yes or no? Do you like the marketing work? Yes or no? So one is open-ended questions. Second is closed-ended questions. And third is leading questions. Are you good at what? And sometimes we give objective type questions, true or false, or yes or no kind of things. We may do that. And finally, as I said, anything you would like to know about the company is very, very common thing. We ask, you are free to ask questions, nothing wrong in that. Except the pay packet, rest all you can ask. You should talk more on the career, more on job prospects, what's there, and more on career growth, those kind of things you can ask. And you can also ask, nothing wrong, sir, can I have the feedback? What are the areas you think I can improve it? Some companies will share the feedback, some companies will say, fine, thank you, you can leave. Fine, don't worry about it. There are some companies which will give you feedback, let me tell you. So take that feedback. That will help you at least when you're going for the next interviews. Let me see what are the questions to ask the employer. At the end, you are given a chance to ask questions. Good questions to ask early job interview. Sir, what are you looking for a new recruit in this? There's nothing wrong at the end, you can ask for it. Nothing wrong. And what would be my first practice when you join the job? What would be my role in the company when I join it? You can ask, nothing wrong with that. And the earlier you can ask these questions, the sooner you can start tailoring your answers to that. And you can tell that this can happen. At the end of the interview, ask, based on what we talked about today, I feel positive about the position, you can say that. And do you have any concerns about my ability to do the job? You can ask, nothing wrong with that. And often that gives a chance to counter any reservations. If they have anything, you can say yes. Because especially girls, we ask, one of the thing is, what is the guarantee that you will work with us for another 2 years, because you may get married, you may go away. And you should be able to say, yes, sir. My parents are looking at a boy who is also currently located in Bangalore only. We are looking at it, so hence the question of changing will not arise. And even it arises, yes, I know that your company has got a branch in that city, and so there, I'm sure you will give me a chance to work in that city. Something like that, you can answer it. And I have now few questions on your subject specific I'm going to ask. BBA students, tell me what is the difference between demarketing and negative marketing? BBAs. Yeah, someone has put a question. Yes, I am first year MBA, sir, second year MBA. Which field can I select, sir? Which field is best for? You need to know what is good at. If you're good at communication skills, if you're willing to move, and I would say you can go for marketing field. If you're good at number crunching, if you're good at financial decisions, then you can go for finance. And if you're good as a trainer, good as a performance appraisal side, then you can go to HR. That's how it depends on you. I can't generalize and say this is what. You need to know what the qualities you have, what the inner strength you have, based on which you need to take a decision. That's how I look at it. Any other questions? Could you wait? What is the difference between demarketing and negative marketing? Somebody type. Could you repeat the question? Oh, somebody is putting question. Yeah, sometimes you may have to go through several rounds of interviews. There are companies generally do for the fresh graduates, they do only one round, but there are some companies which do 2 rounds, 3 rounds. They may go through HR round. There, some of the candidates are dropped, and only few candidates allowed to go to next level. There, you may have technical round, there's functional round. There again, some candidates will drop, few candidates will be going to the next level. It happens, I'm telling you. I give an experience. Once our students applied for Google, and they came for recruitment of HR professionals for the MBA program. And Google is a dream company to most of you. Almost all the students applied. And having seen the number, they said, okay, first we'll conduct the written test. They conduct this written test, they eliminated 50%. Then the next, they've gone for HR round. There again, further eliminated 50%. That means only 25 students are left over. Then they gone to functional round, and the 10 candidates dropped. Only 15 students remaining now. Then they had one more round of more of a case study kind of thing, small thing they gave us. They asked them to solve it. And finally, they shortlisted 5 students.
Sir, sorry to butt in, sir. There is one question from a beautiful question from a candidate, sir. Sir, MBA from the top most universities, colleges can easily we can get their job, sir.
Can you repeat? MBA topmost college universities can easily get their job.
Can easily get
no. Job. Sorry, that's not the way. No, absolutely no. I'll say. It depends on totally you, how seriously you prepared, how seriously you worked last 3 years in your graduation or MBA or whatever it is. There are people whom we reject even at the MBA. Let me tell you, from the top-notch institutions also we reject sometimes candidates. It's not necessary when I go to IIM, I pick up everybody. No, it doesn't happen. Let me tell you. It depends on the candidate. Okay. Any other questions?
Students, if you have any question, please raise your hand.
I didn't get the answer. Demarketing and negative marketing. I'm still holding on that question. Yes, BBS are there. So I want the answer. And some of your third year, you should know. If you study that Philip Kotler's book, that is like a Bible for marketing guys. Okay.
Even there is no answer in YouTube also.
Very basic question. I'm sure you will agree with me, Shiv Kumarji.
Yes, sir.
Change due to pandemic, but you are generalized the issue. That's why I'm asking you. Pandemic or no pandemic here, we need talent. Why do you worry about pandemic? We need talented people to our company to overcome it. Recruitments are on. It's not that we are closed. Yeah, some of the smaller companies are not recruiting because they can't afford to recruit at this point of time. They would be happy to retrench them. But larger companies, nobody has retrenchment and they're looking for people. Somebody gave me a long answer. I said very clearly, answer should be short, sweet, and crispy. We don't encourage these kind of answers. Sorry. The next question I have, what is the difference between customer and consumer? Marketing guys. Is a very elementary question here. You don't need marketing guy to answer this question. Yeah, good. Someone has attempted demarketing and negative marketing. Demarketing you do when you decide to withdraw the product from the market. Negative marketing, you talk about the competitor's product. Okay, fine. Next, consumer then is consumer is the one who consumes. Customer is, yeah, customer is, let's say, for example, chocolates or ice cream. Your father is a customer and you are the consumer. That's how it is. Yes. Consumer, someone who consumes or uses the goods. Yes. The other, let me go into HR. What is the difference in functional manager and line manager? What's some of your HR specialization? What is the difference between functional manager and line manager? No. Very basics I'm asking you. My dear friends, whatever the specialization you have, finance, marketing, HR, whatever it is, you need to know the analytics, HR analytics, financial analytics, business analytics. These are some idea you need to have. It may not be there as part of the curriculum. You need to know a bit of it. Read the articles, some of them which are appearing. Take the help of the faculty. You should have some idea about analytics today. That's need of the hour. If you are looking for HR, look at what the HR analytics are. What is the, if you are marketing analytics, you are a finance analytics. These some of the basics you should know today. Maybe there is, may not be there in the curriculum, but you are supposed to know it. With the help of the faculty, you must gain some knowledge about it. Yeah, I didn't get the answer. No.
So there is an answer in YouTube, sir.
Yeah.
Functional manager are always responsible for how their functions are carried out. Anush.
What about line manager? No answer.
No answer.
Yeah, she responded. Line manager directly managed other employees. Someone has give the answer like this, sir.
Who introduced first time in the country maternity leave? HR specialization. Who introduced first time in the country maternity leave? They're all employee welfare measures. For women, they need maternity leave. Who first introduced maternity leave in the country? Most of the employee welfare schemes came from Tatas and others adopted it. Tatas are the first one to introduce this. Same way, Provident Fund, PF is introduced by Tatas first and others followed it. Even the government followed later. Most of the employee welfare schemes are started by Tatas, others followed it. I have one other question. Who is the founder chairman of Tata Group? Is one of the leading company in the country, leading group in the country. Who is the founder chairman of, or okay, let me put the question directly. JRD Tata, give me the full form, JRD. No, sorry, Ratan Tata, no. Ratan Tata is not the founder, sorry, wrong. JRD Tata, what is JRD stands for? Jamshedji Tata, JRD, I asked. I know people are Googling the spelling. By looking at spelling, I can tell you, you are Googling it. Googling is not work. That's not the way to do it. Anyway. Yeah, Tatas, I don't know whether you know it or not. They are Parsi community. This is the only community in the country, though they are minorities, they never claimed for minority reservations. But they belong to Parsis. Parsi community is a minority community in the country. They never claimed minority status in the country. They want to compete with people. This is what happened. And the another question I have is, name the community which will not do begging in the country. Name the community which will not do begging in the country. Yes, absolutely right. Someone typed correctly. You don't find a Sardar begging in the streets. No, they will not do that. That's the beauty of the Sikh community. They will not do begging. No. They do hard work and they earn their livelihood. They will not do beg. Yeah, good. So, friends, with this, I come to an end for this session. If you have any quick questions, one or two, I can take it. Otherwise, I hand out session to Madam. Yes, Madam, you can take over.
Yes. Yes. Ma'am, 1 minute. Huh?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So, madam, 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. From this session, it is concluded that Sir explained very clearly your skills are very helpful at the time of interview. Your certificate will not help you definitely. So I am requesting all the participants to improve your skill, put all the effort to improve, to overcome from your weakness. That is very, very important. That is the importance of this session. Thank you so much, sir, for giving you valuable insight on employability, goal setting, interview skills. Sir explained very clearly about all topics. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Now, our principals are also joined to this meeting, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir. Now, I invite our principal, sir, Professor Jairam, Shishadripuram Academy of Business Studies, to address the gathering, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shivkumar, sir.
Yes, sir.
It was both the days excellent session from the Professor M.L. Shankar, sir. Around 550 students were registered, and YouTube live was there, and more interactive session it was. Yesterday it was goal setting and other motivational skills and motivation was there. Today it is interview skills and all tips for to develop as a student, the whatever the skills or knowledge in the classroom, it's not sufficient. Whatever we study for the examination centric is not sufficient. Just you need to have more skills while discussing with your friends, while reading, while Googling. From various sources, you need to have skills. And it was clearly explained and given the tips how, as a student, as to enhance the skill set, which are very essential for competitive world. And also, in everywhere, the answers were very clear and one word or one sentence clarity. Even sir is expecting from the students also exact word or difference or clarity. This is what the special of the program. And both the days it was excellent, and many students got many tips, at least few tips learned from this session. If you apply in your while attending the interviews or while performing your duties after appointing in any organization, or managing the things, or while preparing for many competitive examinations, while dealing with many challenges you come across in your either even daily life, even for many common people also has given. Yesterday it was excellent. What is the difference between wedding and marriage? It is beautifully explained. We come across wedding is only an event or occasion. marriage is a time-bound agreement. Maybe it is a long-term bond. It is a short-term event. Like many tips given to the students, you are all lucky because we didn't understand before the marriage. Many people usually, my marriage should be like this. It should be grand. We should serve 20 menu and 20 food items, 500 food items. Like that, people are spending more money and skill and time and energy. They're only for one event. They don't bother about the time that is very essential. We need to spend the time for after the marriage. So, however, it was an excellent program, sir. We felt very happy. Our trustee yesterday, WD Ashok sir, also called me after the program. Good speaker. I heard your speech in the Dr. Muralidhar sir was organizing.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
1 week
Yeah.
program.
Yes.
I attended that program, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay.
Sir was my batchmate in MCOM. It was excellent. Yesterday, suddenly I saw, oh, I attended such session
Yes.
earlier. It was
Yes.
an excellent session. There also, it was an excellent session in research program.
Yeah.
Now our students are lucky. They got many tips and the basic knowledge. Usually the students, always they prepare for the long answers.
Yes.
And examination point of view, they don't bother about the basics. Basics in either in marketing or accounting, HR, taxation. They don't bother about these. They don't study. Usually they don't pick the points while explaining by the faculties in the classroom. They need to understand the basics. Then only they can understand the concept very easily and easy for attending long answers or lengthy answers. These inputs are very good, sir. We are all our students and our faculty members and all are lucky to have 2 sessions like this. And let us have more sessions like this for the even for the faculties also. We need to organize this type of programs. And I need to congratulate our coordinator, Assistant Professor Shukumar sir and Soumya madam, and more encouragement from the management. And I heartfelt thanks to Professor M.L. Shankar sir. It was an excellent and good session. We enjoyed, and also we lot of inputs we learned, and we're going to apply in real life and also in professional life. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let us have more number of sessions like this, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Over to Shukumar, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable information to us. I request of any one participant to give oral feedback to sir. Anyone, please raise your hand. Feedback link will be posted later. If anybody want to talk, please raise your hand. And also all participants, please on your video. It's a photo session. I want to record all person. Please on your video. Thank you. All of you, please on your video. This session is recording, therefore, please on your video. Okay. I request participant gives oral feedback if you want, please. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please. Srinidhi, sir, please unmute.
Very good evening, all.
All of you, please off your video is enough, because network issue will come. Off your video. Srinidhi, sir, please continue, sir.
Am I audible?
Continue, sir.
Am
Yes.
I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. You're audible.
Thank you, sir. So actually, very warm good evening to all. It's absolute pleasure to speak on this platform, because from a couple of days I've been listening the talk of Professor Sai Kumar sir. Absolutely, it's a wonderful talk. So really, I have given a wonderful talk about the employability and the students, how they need to be equipped before getting into any employment or any job market. and you have extremely stressed about the way in which students need to be equipped in each stage. Start from understanding the fundamentals of any concepts or any general things until attending the interview, and after attending interview what they need to be focused and how they should interact with the people in the organizational setup. So this is a series of thoughts you have given to all the students, and I think it's a holistic approach for any students to getting into any particular job. Because you spoke about yesterday the fundamental concepts and the differences between marriage and wedding and safety and security, debate, discussion, and all. I think it's an eye-opening session for all the teaching community and also for the students community, because sometimes we have to think out of the box. If we want to exhibit ourselves very particular and very different, we must be in a certain different way. And you spoke about think in a big way, low aim is a crime. You introduced Swami Vivekananda's thought to this platform. Absolutely, it's very important because this is the need of the hour, especially in this pandemic situation. All the students need to be equipped in conceptually as well as morally, by giving a lot of strengths, and thought process is very important. So I think it's a wonderful session, and I would like to thank the organizers, Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies. They are working very hard in this respect. They have conducted many seminars. Actually, in the last in February, I think in February, I have attended 10 days program. This is the second time meeting Shivkumar sir through online platform. Thank you so much, sir. And I am extremely thankful to Professor Soumya madam. Actually, madam has shared the information of the seminar. One more thing is, many of our students are attending this session from last 2 days. Yesterday also they have attended, and today also they are attending. Actually, it's a wonderful session, sir. I think this is very much important and needed for the students to get equipped in all the ways. So according to, it's my firm belief that it's a holistic approach for the development of students. So this is my approach, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, sir, for your outstanding and valuable words regarding many aspects for students. And I wish and I thank Professor Jairam sir, the principal of the institution, Professor Shivkumar sir, and Professor Soumya madam. So, and also I congratulate and thank all the participants who joined the session from different parts of the cities. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
From my side, a special thanks to Sai Kumar.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, sir, I said Sai Kumar sir, ML Sai Kumar sir. I wrote Shankar.
Then it's okay, no problem. I understand. No.
Okay. Last but not least, it's time to conclude the program. Now I invite Soumya D, an assistant professor, Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies, to render vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Really, it's indeed pleasure to render a vote of thanks in this prestigious platform. Sheshadripuram Educational Trust and Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies always works to cater the needs of student. It always work on the change, what are all the dynamics is there in the market, and we are trying to provide the resources or knowledge or whatever to be holistic, to make our student, always we try to make our student as a prepare for the market, and at the same time we'll prepare them for the market in the holistic approach way. I would like to say Swami Vivekananda quote, we are divine but we are not aware of it. Hope this 2 days session, what and all the 6.5 hours what we have spent in the online platform, we know that we have a capability and the capacity, but sir throw a light that we are also have a lot of potential. So thank you so much, sir. Really, the session was very wonderful. Being a placement coordinator from couple of years, what and all I used to tell to my student, and what and all I have to introspect myself as a placement coordinator, in what way I have to train our student. This session is not only meant for the student, it is also meant for a placement coordinator or a faculties like me. And at the same time, I want to say your session has boosted my confidence that whether I'm in the right track as a placement coordinator, what are all the information and and what are all the things I'm going to share with my student, whether in the proper form or what. Okay, thank you so much. The session was very insightful. The thing where I have in today class also, I mentioned to my student, ignorance and indifference. People are going to bear the ignorance, where indifference, where in some other day or in the coming days, we are not going to bear our own indifference. So where all the students have to focus on this, and in present market, you know the present market, dear students, you know the present market, what are all the changes, what are all the dynamics are there. You should be innovative. Of course, everybody have a potential. You should be think in the innovative way. Otherwise, as a sir said, innovate or evaporate. Irtira iralva. That is the main thing where you have to focus. And another best thing is invest your life than spend your life. Don't be in the flary mood. Don't be in the illusion. Final year, we have ample of time, and we have spent 2 years without having exams and all. Don't be like that, because company expect the skills, company expect the quality. Of course, quantity is important, but more than the quantity, quality is important. You may get a out of out or whatever the max, but you should inculcate the lot of skills and humble behavior. That will makes you a special. So thank you so much, sir, for rendering in-depth knowledge and rendering your outstanding speech and outstanding guidance to in this particular platform. Thank you so much once again. I think one thanks is not enough. One thanks is not enough to for your talk or for all the 6 days, 6 hours what you have spent with us. We have learned a lot of things on behalf of Sheshadripuram Education Trust, Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies, on behalf of our students and all the stakeholders of this particular program. I extend my heartfelt thank to you, sir. Thank you. Hope the association with our college and you will be in the longer run, and in the future endeavor also, hope your support and guidance will be there for our programs. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks to all of you. Thanks to the trust members, and thanks to the principal.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to Shivkumarji and Soumya madam.
Thank you,
For
sir.
making it happen.
Yeah,
May
thank
God
you.
bless all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And I also take this opportunity to extend my heartfelt thank to Shri W.D. Ashok Kumar. Today in his absence, I'm rendering the out of thanks. I would like to thank him because with his continuous support, we are able to organize such kind of an qualitative program from our institution. And I also extend my heartfelt thank and the backbone of our college and all such kind of activity, Professor Jairama sir, Principal of Sheshadripuram Academy of Business Studies, for giving me opportunity to organize such kind of a program. And of course, our core value is dedicated to Excel. Hope this kind of a platform will helpful to share that kind of excellence with the others. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
also thank Professor Shivkumar sir, we call it as a CSK sir, Shivkumar sir, all his support, guidance, and I think his work is tremendous in this kind of a session. Thank you so much, sir, for organizing such an event. I thank all the participants and people from different states, different colleges, students and all. Without you, the event will not be as successful. Thank you so much for your presence and attending. Hope this session will be fruitful for you, and don't be in the ignorance mode also and indifference mode also. Be in the right path, because we are not here to invest our life. We are have to spend our life in the better way. So be a determined one. And yesterday sir told, power of desire, power of passion, power of intellectual. So combine, and always you should have a mindset, ask, attitude, soft skills, and knowledge. So concentrate on these kind of things. And thank you so much for your presence in this prestigious platform. And once again, I thank all the people who are directly or indirectly support and who have watched through YouTube also. Thank you so much. And hope your encouragement and the participation will be continue for a future program too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, some instructions to the candidates. I will continue for 1 minute. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Okay. Participants.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank you, sir. Bye.
I would like to thank all the participants for coming to participate in this program. A special thank to Sai Kumar sir, our management, principal sir, staff. Without their support, this program won't be successful, sir. Thank you. There is some instruction to the participant. Participants, please wait for a while. Already I have posted feedback form in Zoom app and also in YouTube. Once again, I will post feedback link to your YouTube channel and the Zoom app. Feedback link will be open only for 1 hour. That is very, very important. Only for 1 hour. Participants are requested to fill the form very carefully, and certificate will be issued 1 week from the date of program, because more than 550 students registered and submitted feedback, because it will take their own time. Okay. Participants are requested to check your spam box for certificate. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Can we end meeting for all, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes.